Hi everyone and welcome back to Maths and Physics Mr. Simons, where we make maths easy and get you exam ready. Right, today's grade 11 lesson on financial maths is classwork. We're looking at nominal and effective rate. Take note, this will also become a surprise exam question for grade 12 exams. We test it for 2 to 3 marks. So make sure you know it now and you practice it for next year. So remember, in grade 12 we don't have time to re-practice this, so make sure you know it for grade 12. Right, so in short, nominal and effective interest rate. The quote is interest rate given to you by your banks, your financial institutions. It's referred to as a nominal interest rate. And we ignore whether you are getting interest once only or you're getting it many times in 1 year, whether it's compounded monthly, quarterly, half yearly, etc. Right? Now, if the interest is compounded more than once, we are dealing technically with the effective interest rate, right, which is always higher than the nominal rate. And in short, what I mean with that is my effective interest rate is my actual interest rate for the whole year, right? So we have to work out if we're getting small interests every month and it gets added to the total, how much interest is it in actuality for the year, right? So when I use this equation, 1 plus I effective, meaning effective interest rate, equal 1 plus I nominal, my nominal interest rate, divided by the time period, n monthly, quarterly, or half yearly, and the n monthly, yearly, half yearly, etc. Right? And take note, this n year we only calculate for 1 year. We don't worry about whether it's invested for 5 years, 10 years. Here we worried with what's happening for the year. So very important, if I say compounded monthly, then n there becomes 12, and that is also 12. If I say compounded quarterly, that n is 4, and this n is also 4. If I say compounded half yearly or semi-annually, then n is 2 there, and that n is 2 there. Right, so let's look at some problems. Determine the effective annual interest rate of 8% compounded monthly correct to 2 decimal places. Right, so my nominal rate here is given as 8%, so it's 8 divided by 100, which is 0.08, right? And they said compounded monthly, I assume you know there's 12 months in a year, no? So n equal to 12. So that becomes 1 plus I effective equal 1 plus I nominal over n to the power n. 0.08 over 12, my nominal rate, over 12, and n there also 12. So if we simplify this to the power 12, I get 1,08299,507. Take positive 1 across, it becomes negative 1. So from there, this minus 1 gives me 0.8299507. Right, and from there to go from that to my rate, I'm always going to multiply by 100. So 0.8299507 times 100. Shift my comma 2 spaces, become 8,299 or 8,30. So my effective rate for the year is 8.3%. So although they offer me 8% compounded monthly, in reality, as one rate, they offer me 8.3% for the year. Right, let's look at the next problem. Nhlanhla takes out a bank loan of 800,000 to pay for his new house. Repays the loan with monthly installments and start 1 month after receiving the loan. The interest rate is 14% per annum, that's the nominal rate, compounded quarterly. Calculate the effective interest rate. So my nominal rate, 14 over 100, remember percentage represents 100, gives me 0.14. Compounded quarterly, there's 4 quarters in a year, so n equal 4. So again, 1 plus I effective equal 1 plus I nominal over n and n. I nominal 0.14, n is 4, and n there is 4. So if we simplify this on a calculator, we will get 1.147523001. Take 1 across always, and that becomes minus 1. So I'm left with 0.147523001. Multiply that by 100 to get my rate. Shift the comma 2 spaces, so that becomes 14.75%. You can see again my nominal rate, my actual interest for the year, is higher than the effective rate that was given. Right? We can also test this in reverse. So, what nominal interest rate would ensure an investor gets an effective annual interest rate of 14.5% per annum, compounded semi-annually, nominally. So my nominal rate is compounded semi-annually or half-yearly. Right? So I effective, right, it's 14.5 over 100, which gives me 0.145, and n equal 2. So we have 1 plus I effective equal 1 plus I nominal over n to the power n. I effective 1 plus 0.145 equal 1 plus I nominal over 2 to the power 2. Right, to get rid of square, I'm going to use square root. I do one side, I have to do the other side, right? So square root and 2 cancels, and I'll be left with 1 plus I nominal over 2. Square root of 1,145 is 1,070046. If I take this positive 1 now across, it will become a minus 1. Right? That minus 1 times 2. So that 2 are multiplying away. So 0,70046 times 2 gives me 0,14009 equal I nominal. If I multiply by 100, comma shows 2 spaces, 1, 2, which gives me then 14,009, which then technically becomes 14,01%. So my nominal rate here is 14,01% compounded semi-annually. Right, I hope you follow and understand that's nominal and effective rate. Right, and as I said, it's a surprise question even for grade 12. We know we don't teach it in grade 12, and sometimes you forget to study it, so we surprise you with this question. All the best. God bless. Bye.